Hi, everyone, and welcome to a new podcast episode of Layers of Healing, where we talk about good things, bad things, shameful things of society, everything. So you feel seen, you feel less alone, and we can process our trauma together. Today, we will talk about our negative beliefs, how can we resolve them, and how can I really reach that happiness? How can I be happy? I will share a little happiness method from Mel Robbins with you that I heard in Jay Shetty's podcast on purpose, and it really helped me. So stay tuned and let's hop right in. To start off, whenever we feel this inner critic in our mind who's saying maybe, "Oh, you're not good enough. You can't do this. What or who made you believe you can do this? You look ugly." Whenever you hear these things, it's your inner belief system kicking. And all the time, it's not true. It's something someone said to you and you declared it as your truth. It's something how somebody made you feel at some point in your life, and you were like, "Oh yeah, he's so right. He's so true. That's who I am." But no. And the funny thing is with those beliefs is when I think I'm not good enough, I can't do this, I'm not capable of it, I don't know, I'm forgettable, I'm unimportant, whatever I think, I see. And what I mean by that, whenever I have those thoughts of I'm not seen, I'm unimportant, I will find a lot of reasons in my environment, in my day-to-day life, that prove me right. Because your brain always wants to prove you right. So when I believe all that and think all that and give it so much power, then I will find confirmation. It's the same thing with, for example, you're like, "Oh, I've never seen purple cars." And then you start seeing purple cars everywhere. It's because our brain is filtering what is important for us and is defiltering the things that are not. So what does it mean? It means that we can also use this effect for positive things. Because when we think, "I can do this, I'm supported, I'm loved, and I'm seen," then we find confirmation in our environment that we are indeed all those things. We see a friend show up for us. We see someone like remembering such a small detail about us that made us feel loved. So normally these things we wouldn't really see because we believe all those negative things. But now where we shift our thoughts to, "Oh, I am capable and I am supported," we start seeing actually people showing up for us and see confirmation that it's true. What is like a lifetime challenge is finding those inner beliefs, these negative inner beliefs, and trying to figure out where it comes from and then declaring it as not your truth. But like I said, it's from someone or how someone made you feel, which is both not you or your truth. How I normally do it when I feel or think a negative feeling, for example, "I am not capable of this." I sit my ass down and first thing, I'm aware. Just viewing this thought. Okay, I'm aware. I believe I'm not good enough right now. And I'm sitting with it. I'm like, okay. And then at this time, I just take out my journal. I'm like, okay, I believe this right now. I write it down. And then I ask myself, why do I believe this? What happened today or yesterday that made me believe that this is true? And I was thinking, okay, yesterday, one of my videos didn't go viral, so I don't believe that I can do it anymore. Then I write that down. Then I ask myself, okay, why do I believe that? Because a lot of people told me that I only have luck and I will never make it. I write that down. And then, why did I believe that? Because in high school, people told me I won't make it. I was never the smartest kid in class. I was the clown of the class. I always used humor as a coping mechanism. Humor is my thing. But this stems from a lot of trauma. But so I always used humor as a coping mechanism. And when I was 6, people were grading me into what school I should go, and they were like, oh, you have to go to this school, like the not so smart school. And so a lot of people make me believe that I am not smart and I'm not capable of doing big amazing things. And then I write down in my journal, back to the journal, where I'm like, okay, why did people do that? Yeah, because I was a shy kid, I never really said something, and they thought, that's the important part, they thought it's better for me. Okay, but is this really the truth? And the more you ask yourself why, the more you realize that these things are not from you. These things are from your parents, from your friends, from neighbors, from strangers in school who are bullying the fuck out of you. Sorry. And at the end, always, I bet you, always, when you're really at the core thing, it comes back to childhood, and you realize, wait, I heard that, and I was still in development, mind-wise, and I just thought people are right, and especially my parents. Children think your parents are always right. So I adapted that as my truth, but it's not true. It was never true. And once you know where it comes from, you can resolve it by understanding it. Also, what therapy is basically, it was what it was for me. The 3 years, it was understanding where a pattern comes from, and then I could let it go and I could release it and feel it and see it not as my truth anymore. So that's what I always advise when you have negative beliefs about yourself. The first thing is becoming aware of, where does this come from? Because oftentimes when, for example, we think, I'm not pretty enough, I look horrible today, like I need makeup, most of the time a parent of yours was highly critical with themselves. For example, my mom, she is so critical with herself, and she believes everything everyone says. When they're like, oh, this top doesn't suit you, she would be like, okay, I will never wear that top again. And she criticized herself all the time in childhood, and I saw it as a child. And children are mirroring their parents because they think that's how adults should live. So I saw my mom criticizing herself, so I started criticizing myself. And that's how generational trauma is made, everyone. It's you mirror your parents, your kids mirror you, and then generational trauma is done. Realizing it was never ours to take on, it was never ours to feel, and releasing it with understanding it and being compassionate with yourself. That's what I always advise to do when you have those thoughts. It's easier said than done, of course, because for some time also those thoughts were like so deeply rooted in my head that I didn't even notice that I have these thoughts. When you don't really know what you believe, what your negative beliefs are, I have an amazing exercise. You can just text me belief on Instagram and I will send it to you. It's amazing because that really makes you aware, and once you know, you can change. Because also for me, a lot of times when I felt down in darkness, I didn't know why. I was like, why do I feel so alone, or why do I feel so dark? And most of the time it was negative beliefs I carried with me I was not aware of. For example, I'm an unimportant and I'm forgettable. My main things. They were so present and I was not aware of it until I was. And now I don't carry those beliefs anymore. That's to the negative belief things. It works with every belief you carry. Every belief you carry. And again, a little reminder, what you focus on, you will see. So maybe as a little exercise, what you guys can do is write down your negative beliefs, turn them into positive ones. For example, I am not capable, then you do I am capable out of it. When you say I am ugly, you say I am fearfully and wonderfully made. When you say, I don't know, I'm not good enough, then you write I am enough. And when you have those positive affirmations or declarations, I want you to speak it out loud every morning in the mirror exercise. You stand towards the mirror and you just speak those affirmations to you. And I bet you will find confirmation throughout your day for those beliefs. 100%. I put my hand into the fire for this. You'll find confirmation. Do that and let me know how it goes. But another thing, so I talked about the happiness method, which also helps a lot with negative beliefs and negative mindsets throughout the day, and the darkness maybe you feel lately where you're like, I don't know, I just feel numb. And I feel you. I know how it feels to I used to really lay in bed 5 hours straight and I was staring at the wall. I was not on my phone. I was not listening to music. I would just stare against the white wall for 5 hours straight, forgot to pee, forgot to eat, forgot everything, and I was just staring at the wall and the time was standing still. That's how deep in freeze mode I was, and I know that some of you guys are also in the same thing. And what we can do is, again, taking out your journal and think about, I heard that on a podcast from Jay Chatty and Mel Robbins, and I adapted it and it was amazing. You get out a piece of paper and you think of a time where you were happy. If you have a situation you were happy, you can do this exercise. If not, then bear with me. But if you have a situation where you're like, oh, at that point I was so happy in life, like what happened? Why am I not happy anymore like I was before? And what you do, you know the situation, and now you write down, what did I do job-wise, hobby-wise, who did I spend time with, where was I in that moment? And you write this down, and this is basically your manual to happiness. Because what you do is you start implementing those things again. When you're like, oh, I spend a lot of time with my family and that made me very happy, so I'm going to spend more time with my family. I spend a lot of time with my best friend, so I will make more time with her. Or I went to my pottery classes and I was so happy, so I'm going to do pottery again. So you see, it is, a little manual to your happiness and going back to that moment. And as I did it, it worked perfectly. It worked perfectly. For some people, it will be healthy, I went to the gym, like all those typical things. But it can also be very small things. And you will feel that happiness again, 100%. And also, regarding happiness, everybody's thriving for this happiness. Everyone's talking about like, oh, when I want to be happy. But in reality, you never let yourself be happy. Can you hear me? Because that was me. I was always saying, oh, I want to be happy, but I'll be happy if I have 1K followers. I'll be happy if I get this job. I'll be happy if I lose those 10 pounds. I'll be happy if this one person loves me back. Whatever it is, you're always like, if. I'll be happy if. And what we don't notice is, for example, when we say, I'll be happy if I get that job, and then you get that job, but you're still not happy because then you're like, I'll be happy when I get that promotion. And then you like postpone your happiness, and realizing that when we do this, we're basically robbing ourselves of feeling happy and being happy. Because happiness is not a destination or you reach with a goal. Happiness is in the moment, and you can decide every day to feel happiness. It's nothing you have to earn. It's nothing you have to strive for. It's basically here. You can decide to feel happy now. For example, now. Oh, I decide I'll be happy today. I decide I'm not waiting for whatever I'm waiting for. And it's the same thing with when I'm like, oh, I don't like my double chin. It has to go away. I'll be happy if my double chin is gone. Then I'll be pretty and I'll be happy. And then your double chin is gone. And then you're like, my nose, so ugly. I'll be happy if I have my nose job. I'll be happy if I have... That was me, by the way. I had a nose job. And it was like, oh, just when I do my nose, I will be so happy. And I did my nose, and then I was like, oh no, my stomach is not flat enough. If my stomach is flat, I'll be happy. Do you see? Every time, and it's the same thing with thriving for happiness and linking it to situations, is that we will never let ourselves be happy or comfortable in our skin, because we will always find something we complain about. Always. We always find new situations where we're like, oh no, then I'm happy. Then I made it. and then I'm successful. You're like raising the bar the whole time. Or when I do this, I will rest. When I get these 10K grand job monthly, then I rest, and then I'm home, and then I arrived at my place where I can finally be free and lay down. And it's just like, really? Or if you have the 10K, you really want the 20K job, and then you just raise the bar higher the whole time and not letting yourself really arrive home or come home or feel rest or peace or love or success. It's basically the same with everything. We all find something new. And I just want to emphasize that happiness is not a destination. It's a feeling. It's something we can decide to feel. And all those negative beliefs we carry, they're just holding us back from feeling happy and being ourselves. Yeah, I hope with today's episode, short and sweet, but I could really help you see that all the negative beliefs we carry, it's not your truth. It's not true. We can resolve them. We can have good affirmations. We can see confirmations about this in our life. And we can be happy. And we can decide to be happy. And if you do the happiness method from Mel Robbins, it's amazing. Let me know how it goes. The life is way too short to feel sad, to feel mad at people, and just postponing your happiness, you guys. Life is too short for this. We should all, and I hope that for every one of you who's listening, we deserve happiness, and we deserve to come home, and we deserve to love ourselves and be proud of ourselves. That's the episode for this week. Thank you for listening, and I hope and I wish you a wonderful week full of positive affirmations and a lot of confirmations on your positive beliefs. Yes. So I see you guys next week on Thursday with the next episode. And until then, bye.